on the corner. Fireworks burst every night without a patriotic soul in sight. No target practice, our babies remain sacrifices. Y'all done forgot how precious life is. Greed and lust leaves us, seeds of distrust, guns get bust, lives get touched, blood erupts on the pavement, hearts get crushed, hush, another shorty dead is the statement. This mental enslavement equals tombstone engravements. Who can remember a day when a child was worth saving? How quickly we forget Luther, oh so amazing. Nowadays society shaped mind like pottery. Too much gunplay, gambling, lives away, lottery, then bang bang. The Reaper calls your name, who's to blame? Damn, what a shame. Life and body departed, rearranged and changed. From the same corners you claim, I hope them corners remember your name. I wish the work could stop the killing. I wish love would start some healing. The corner's no place for a living. Stop blaming bad conditions for why we illin'.
DJ most definitely.
You all up in my business and I'm fixing to drop a nigga. Careless that you bigger, I done fought through giants. Collected a few scars and still stayed defiant. Feel the vendetta when you scheme on my cheddar. My money's my bitch, nigga, you wanna come get her.
DJ Most Def, what's good?
Make sure my light shines throughout my lifetime.
On the corner again, my bro, on the corner again.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kingdom Rock's Corner. Every last Saturday of the month with my brother Kingdom Rock, Sean Rock's very own, along with our brother B. Gorman, Sean Rocker, in the cut, doing what they do best. Once again, Kingdom Rock's Corner.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Every last Saturday with our host, Kingdom Rock, y'all.
Yeah.
Brothers try to count all my chips in the game. I got a lot of things to do, a lot of money to make. Brothers try to count all my chips in the game. Never thought the nigga would come back. Brothers try to count all my chips in the game.
Get your hand in my pocket, nigga. Don't hate that I'm clocking figures. You all up in my business and I'm fixing to drop a nigga. Less that you bigger, I done fought through giants. Collected a few scars and still stayed defiant. Feel the vendetta when you scheme on my cheddar. My money's my bitch, nigga. You wanna come get her? I'll die for what's mine. Use all my lifelines. Make sure my light shines throughout my lifetime. I'm on top, you go out like wet boogers. You sweet bitch and I bet you sweat sugar. Instead of worrying where the cabbage is, worry about the savages surrounding your thirsty ass, doing bodily damages. The demo, you ain't get the fucking memo. Think you fighting your way out of this when that's an NO. What you gonna do when tech comes through? What? Matter of fact, bitch, I'ma rob you.
Brothers try to count all my chips in the game. I got a lot of things to do, a lot of Get that nigga KD all the way to St. Louis.
For my cake, cheddar cheese chips. If you're thinking about the tape, better be quick. In other words, I hope he got a rabbit's foot. Moves make them haters disappear like a magic book. Check my resume, I ain't your average crook. Took the SUV, diamond lock it in the pocketbook. For my extra cheese, pour the rocket, I better shoot. Just got off the porch, so you know I'm way ahead of you. There come red rum over breadcrumbs. Chips on your brain, so watch the soldiers head hunt. Touch mine, it be like you in the lunch line. I'll punch a ticket, and then this ain't the punch. Yeah. Punchline. Yeah. Punchline. Yeah. It ain't hard to get. Punchline. Yeah. Punchline. Yeah. It ain't. It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail. The mic is contacted. I attract clientele. My mic check is like.
I'm gonna tell you about this day. When I was a shorty, in my late teens, I used to be in this group called Ran Nation. And it really didn't make sense why we called ourselves Ran Nation, but it was called Rockin' All Nations, but we called ourselves Ran, R-A-N, Ran Nation. And it was a crew of us from, like, early on, I kind of understood that the numbers was important. That many styles and many voices was important somewhere. I kind of learned that. I don't know if it was from watching Warriors when I was a shorty, and when Cyphers was like, "Can you count sucker?" And and he started talking about how many of these, and if you organize and mobilize together, you become a tight unit, and So, all right, this crew was called Ran Nations. It was TDFC, Lords of Lyrics. TDFC was the Technical Death Fresh crew. There was LOL, Lords of Lyrics. It was Doing Dirty Jams, I think. DDJs. So okay. There was the DDJs, and I guess I didn't get what the DDJ meant then, and I still don't get it right now. But I want to play this song, and then we'll talk about what DDJ means, and I'll introduce you to my brother Fleetwood that's sitting on the couch with us today. All right, we'll play this song real quick.
Yo, my name is Kingdom Rock, and the place to be. And we finna throw down a little tape, and y'all all know who we are. We are
Ran,
rocking all nations, and you know it's true.
First on the live tape is the DDJs, Cole kicking it. Them boys cold. Check them out.
Fresh. Prime Minister.
This is Shorty Mac from way back.
I got lives on my side.
And this round going out to Princess Rocks. Wherever you at.
Yo, my name is Jay, in a place to be, most definitely. Cold kicking.
How you doing?
K-I-N, and maybe the G with the King of Rap and to all C. Oh man, my man, can you understand? We're taking this over. I'm playing my man, what you mean? With the pressures of the rap, the King of Kings. We rap with rhythm, the rhythm of tone. I listen to the rhyme of my friend song. Cause we're not in it, or we're just chilling with a brand new rhyme. Or we're just killing, we're on the mic. Because the DJ is out of sight. It's the same other game. The rest is of a name. You sucker MC. Y'all ain't brain. It's really the right. You all do right. You sucker MC. Just take a hike. Well, and back. And very close. With the DJ. Just like I told my man. It's not the fight. We gotta let the people know that we're not right. But with the King Dominator. The rap Terminator. And if they don't like it, you're all imitators. K-I-N. And maybe the G with the King of Rap as you all see. It's just like as we mix it. And like we said, with the King of Rap coming straight ahead. So all the young people, please pay attention with the King of Rap. Just like I'm mixing my man. I want you know with the King of Rap. Take a rock the show.
You came back in time and see if I remember. I got out rapping on the 10th of September. We were killing on the mic. In the next league front. Damn nigga to the sound of you talk too much. Run DMC, LL Cool J. Until second MC don't know what to say. So I stopped doing my stuff just about that time. To make my own jump round. So I was walking down the street just to say my rap. To all the party people, they started to clap. So the DMC came straight my way. They asked me, I wanna be a DJ. This shorty man came up to me. He said, it sounds just like Run DMC. Run DMC. That's very true, cause all the rhymes that I say are very new.
What's your name?
Fleetwood with a capital L. And other rhymes that I say are very deaf. With a sucker MC look like a pervert.
With a King of Rap.
Right here concert, I said no. My man, can you understand? Because I'm holding down the town right inside of my head. So listen to me as my rhymes connect. And I'll tell you something else, you're gonna give me respect.
I create sucker MC, and that is a fact. Will for construction, that's you in this act. Millionary commissary, guess what?
The bass game is right that I have with the vocabulary, Larry.
Yo, Prime Minister, get off the box. Yo, check it out. This is LOL talking to you, know what I'm saying?
LOL again.
It's LOL again. Alright, check it out. You know, we did a show up in the North Pole, and when
cold
you know,
too,
it was chill. It was real cold down there. But it
We
goes,
warmed it up,
you know,
though.
it goes something like this. In the North Pole, we was doing a show for the penguins, the polar bears, and Eskimos. The wind was chilling, our beats were killing, our rap was motivating as our sounds were vibrating. The speakers started shaking as the ice was breaking. Our beat was thumping, the people started jumping to the fresh box that they knew was pumping. The snow stopped falling and the sun came out. The crowd in the place just started to shout. They shouted to the left and then to the right. They knew the Lord of Lyrics would rock all night. The heat from the beat just made them hot. They all boogie down as they hit the spot. The chief was in the corner just watching the show. We hit a deaf beat and here's how it goes. The beat goes boom, the speakers go pop. The people go ho and the chief yell rock. Now that you know the deep free sound, this is the way we break it down.
Yo, Slep, can we get a piece of this mic?
Yo, man, it's time to do a TDF style.
You know what, TDF?
Technical, Deaf Fresh Crew in the place to be going out to everyone.
Yo, don't two-tone cause you're wrong, and I'm taking the bait. If I was your lawyer, I would take the cake. I'm not the wizard of the blizzard, but the cool of the sound. And the rounds I produce will vibrate the ground. Don't achieve your belief, you will be upset. You beat the beat so well that your life is a wreck. Now we rumble and tumble around the block, and the rounds I will say will be hip-hop. Now stomp your feet and clap your hands, and I will promise to take you to the promised land. And for your inspiration, your rounds are instigation. And when you battle me, be your last termination. It's your desire to be a liar. Set your soul on fire like a burning rubber tire. Now I got confidence and I rock harder. And if you rock too hard, but you'll need your father to pick up the words in the atmosphere. And the rhymes I will say won't even be near. Now keep the bass, Kingdom Rock. Kingdom Rock, check it out. TDF is here, knock it.
Don't wiggle like a worm, this is where it starts. I'm called the bandit, not the scandal, giving all my heart. It's a spell that excel to the highest peak. You feel fear and terror when you hear me speak. Infiltrated, conversating, crush you like a roll. Don't worry about my name, cause I'm gonna explode. My devastation translation will make you run. This is Kingdom, check it out like a gun. Mark the bell when I'm rocking on the mic, boy, you know I excel. So with this sound, all the lead code kicking, B-boy chiller and the one code breaking. B-boy rocker, the one to command. When I'm rocking on the mic, yes, I'm taking a stand. With the chiller and the willing, no road lays needed. You get your release, so just go beat it. This leg right here going out to Hurricane Rocket, a place to be down with Rand and MCP. I'm not the man from McRand trying to take command, but I'm the stalker and the walker that's in demand. Don't brag, you've been had, so you better move, cause I do body damage with the words I use. It cause harm to the body, just for fun. It's a symptom or essential from the one kingdom. Well, I am here just to rock the bay. I destroy your system like a can of man. If you don't want, then you have to give up, cause I'm sweet like candy and your favorite fun. You're a snake in the grass, a freaking fake. You get Mustang crunch like a box of cornflakes. I'm just a man and special in every circumstance. I gave you the chance and you couldn't advance. Now D cannon chant with every rhyme I wrote. With a breath to a note, that's all she wrote.
Welcome back, y'all. We just got to listen to this old ass tape from WHBK, the pride of the South Side, WHBK 88.5, Cold Kicking Live, where JP Chill was the host. I'm here with my brother Bruce.
What up?
Uncle Bruce, as they call him nowadays. They call older motherfucker now, Uncle Bruce.
Yes, indeed. What's good? I'm glad to be here.
Glad to finally get you in here, bro. Like we can talk about forever, man. Like we was talking about earlier. I mentioned Rand Nation. So I went to Dunbar and I lived in Ida B. Wells, but the neighborhood school was Phillips, and so my cousin through marriage, like his name was MC Savage at the time. Yes, sir. Mr. Larry Lee McGee. My brother, my cousin, his brother.
LOL.
Right, Lords of Lyrics. We could talk about all that shit. Like that verse that them niggas kid, I know it was big. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't give a fuck back then. Like,
it was admissible then.
Right, it was admissible. What do you say? The Eskimos and the polar bears was chilling in this, like
some real throwbacks.
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type shit.
Yeah, right. We was liggy, for sure, liggy, hoo-ha, and everything in that joint, bro. We thought we was stars to be.
You know what I mean? Shorty Mac laid that as signature.
Yeah, Shorty Mac. And James wasn't bad. I mean, James was kind of nuts with it too. Now, tell us what DDJ stood for.
What DDJ stood for, David, Donald, and James, which was the original rappers and stuff that was on the group. And then I decided to join afterwards, and they said featuring Fleetwood.
So it was DDJ.
The JAYS, we just put some shit on it. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing that we ever came with. And that was one that we stuck.
Okay, for sure. Okay. So what got you into hip hop in the beginning, bro?
The love of hip hop. You know what I mean? Listening to WHBK, listening to the Schoolie D's, Run DMCs, the Houdini's, Curtis Blow, MC Shy D, the Hilltop Hustlers, all that kind of stuff.
What year did you consider yourself falling into hip hop? Like, when did you really get introduced to hip hop?
It got to be in between Double Dutch Bus and the Breaks. But I think it was the Breaks, because the Breaks was first, because I believe that came out in like 79, something like that.
Was you into dancing, or was you just?
No, I just love the flow. I just love music, period. You know what I mean? My stepdad used to, play all the different blues and R&B, current R&B hits and stuff that particular time. So I just love music and just being around them and being around family and stuff like that. I just love music. And then when that song came out, I was like, oh, I kind of like that.
Okay, when did you? I normally ask people when did they come off the porch into hip hop. Like when did your mama let you off the porch into hip hop? But you from the Dare homes and shit. Y'all didn't have no porch really.
Absolutely.
So coming off the porch is like jumping off the balcony.
At that particular time, when the breaks and all of that came out, that's when I was staying on 47. So I ended up moving to the low end, to the low end on 39th Street, and then that's when a lot of the different kids from out the neighborhood, we used to get together. Some was breakdancing, some was spray painting murals and tags and different stuff like that. And we was just out there in it. And they used to have to bring the radio out and that type of shit. And it was just the vibe of it. And I think, and that was around the time that Crush Groove and all that came out.
Okay. Do you remember some of the crews that was out when you was in the Wells?
Yeah, it was, man. It was so many cold groups at that particular time. The Mac Boys,
for sure. The Mac Boys.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Stanley Chanel. He actually was a Venus Electronic and stuff too. And a Venus Electronics, that's a whole different conversation, because they was the first group that was on AM Chicago before it became Oprah Winfrey Show.
For sure, right. And they was from the Wells, and that was like real important to us in the Wells. Like one of the Pitts brothers, like T.Y. High brother.
Yeah, Melvin. Well, actually all of them. Melvin Pitts, Ernest Pitts, T.Y., Mikey Dyke. It was quite a few of them. They all had Jerry curls with Michael Jordans and stuff on, so that was off the chain. Them was the golden years.
Ernest is a hell of an artist too.
Oh yeah.
So is T.Y. High, man. Like that's like I said, I mentioned him on the last segment when I was talking about my barber and dancer. He was like I said, like Big Daddy Kane had School and Scrap. I had T.Y., which name was Scram and Scream. Like Rick and T.Y. was my dancers at one point. Like I thought I was cold, man. I had all the tools and utensils.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. And then being from the low end, it was like not only that everybody was over there doing it, as far as with the rapping, the dancing, the DJs. I mean, like all of that came from over there. Even actually, T.Y. High is the one that came up with Phase 2. So Phase 2 came from him.
For sure, right? That was the other name of the crew. Like the crew, if I needed more than just them two dancers, I would go get Phase 2, which was a whole crew of dancers. That was before House-O-Matics and all that battling that they ended up doing. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole nother street genre of culture that we can get into later. I plan on getting T.Y. High in here. I plan on getting Rick in here, like doing some artwork one day just to show off their airbrushing skills and all that talented shit that they do. You know what I mean? So you was talking about the Mac Boys.
We had the Mac Boys, and let me see. You had let me see. DLC. What was y'all called?
TDFC.
Okay. Then we had
like people forget about Billy, Raymond.
Right,
Master K,
absolutely.
Like people forget all about them people.
Rapping Tape, Rapping Tape was over there too.
Nobody else can do this for us. No document can do this for us. No Lincolnian Emancipation Proclamation can do this for us. No Kennysonian or Johnsonian Civil Rights Bill can do this for us. If the Negro is to be free, he must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation.
rate to educate, vacate the premises. Instead of heads-on collision, there's no competition for the recognition. Transform myself just like a mathematician. Stop the violence to all you adolescents. Stop the violence, cause courts in session. For emancipation, for the proclamation, for the reparation. Give me that liberation. Freedom, freedom. When you start to teaching, freedom, freedom. When you start to speaking, freedom, freedom. Why you take our homes, freedom, freedom.
Why you tapping these phones?
Freedom, freedom. Why you doing this wrong? Freedom, freedom. Yo, how can it be when our people steady dying in American streets? Hardly no food to eat with the HIV. No love, no peace, no justice as I can see. Whoa, stock market crashing, popos arresting, young adolescent, courts in the session. Freedom, freedom. Yo, how can it be when our people steady dying with no unity? Homicides with drive-bys, high-rated crime. Little shorter than got shot, boom, back, then died.
Justice is the law that distinguishes between right and wrong. It's clear that black people in America have not received justice.
Give me some justice, to give me some peace, and give me some love, cause ain't none in the streets. I'm pushing for freedom, cause we still ain't free. I'm screaming out black power, wanna give us a piece. I'm fighting for Mountain, I'm fighting for Malcolm. Until we all equal, maybe stop the destruction. And give us a job so we can stay productive. We living a life of luxury. It's rich or poor, no freedom of thought. Just supposed to do what's the freedom of touch. Now give us some liberty, now give us equality. Until we got it, we still ain't free. Now give us liberty, now give us equality. Until we got it, we still ain't free.
I got the heart of Malcolm in me, resolve like John Henry. Universe, my classroom, the principles they envy. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, defend these indeed. I used to be a juggernaut slumbering. I woke up to earthquakes, rainstorms, and thundering. The prophets threw you the keys like lifesaver degrees. Cut like a lightsaber, you free, they freeze.
Muslims coming, we out to attack. Those who pose as foes will get the eye. What's been taken shall be given back. Lies being imposed on my people, they can't lie. We bring the truth, our people can trust. It's about our legacy, kept from us. Now is the time that the truth must be told. About who we are and the powers we hold. Dig beneath yourself for that special glow. The secret of heaven and hell, then you'll know.
I stand firm on the fourth principle. I find all enslavers reprehensible. Allah is incomprehensible, but he and man are one. Son, that being the deal. It's about harmonizing one's will with the deific. Prolific prose arose from my plume and feather. Tough like leather, facing adversity like a pugilist. The noblest image, digital vintage. There's no more spirituality without economics popping. Like rerun, we run from no one. Like the Sultan, we acquiring power by directing the force.
Yo, they used to rip our tongues out for reading. And then they give us Grammy plaques, call us free, man. But even Martin had a dream, man. Yo, they used to sell, but then they just sell cars, clothes, chains, planes, rocks, yachts, lies. Stop them, young Moorish and strapped and I'm ready for the revolution. When it's time, yo, they got our minds, bro. They instigate the war between Moors and Mexicanos. I'm from the hood, man, I can't kill Poncho. Secret society, why they got their eyes on me? Give me all this work and now they wanna body me. And now I'm useless, and now I'm stupid. I'm just another hood, tell them go figure. Plus I read it in the hieroglyphs, so I don't want your microchips. I'd rather overdose on pills that they kill Michael with. Islam.
I mean, anytime you beg another man to set you free, you will never be free. Freedom is something that you have to do for yourself.
Now, when did you run into rap and take the break?
Oh, in the early 80s. All in the early 80s, all around that same time.
Do you remember how we met? Do you remember?
Man, I can't remember that part. But actually, through Fred's mom, Sheila. Because Sheila was real acquainted with them from out the Durham home. So she was real acquainted with him. That's how I got quite acquainted with them through them, and then just being on the hip hop circuit. Cause like messing with y'all, we started going to the north side to all the hip hop clubs and stuff like that. See, we was doing a lot of stuff, but y'all was really going all the way up there and stuff, and we wasn't really going that far at that particular time.
Man, Rand Nation was really a melting pot of energy that people just didn't understand what was good. I mean, we was ahead of our time in many ways. Like I said, we were doing these, like that tape that we just played. We had 3 beatboxers that was keeping the beat together, like it was an orchestra, all together. Like that was rarely done to that degree, where we had 3 beatboxers that was. I mean, it's sort of done here with the DJs when they do their turntable thing, but like to have them 3 beatboxers rocking with those 3 different styles at the same time, Big Buff, Slep, and Raji. Like, is Raji still with us? Yeah. Okay. I be hearing rumors from the Wells, man, when they had them 39ers picnics and shit. People be telling me people passed away, and I don't.
Well, actually, he did pass away. He passed away. Let me see. Him and Raymond, Ice Ray, he passed away. Rest in peace, Ice Ray.
Oh wow, we used to call him Dirty Ray. So some people see you laughing like I thought that was the nigga's name. I didn't think it was a joke or nothing. I thought that nigga's name was Dirty Ray.
Yeah, they used to be calling him that. We was going to Einstein. That was way before we even went to Phillips.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. It was Dirty Ray at Einstein. Like I remember that. We used to play Strikeout at Einstein on the walls. Them before golden years. The strikeouts on the side of Einstein, like man,
yeah, them chokeouts there.
For sure. Like I don't even like nigga. Chokehouses, like people don't remember them, boy. You know what I'm saying? So you went back into the bag with that one there, bro. Alright, so is Billy still with us?
He's still around. Yeah,
put the mic
around. Yeah, Billy's still around. A lot of the guys. I don't know if you remember Player Ant.
Yeah, I remember Ant. I see Ant all the time.
Yeah. But let me see who else. Well, no, I think he locked up. He locked up now.
Hustling.
Hustling. Yeah. Let me see who else that was.
Like I play softball in Washington Park with the Hood.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the brothers from the Hood was in Ida B. Wells and their homes and the row houses.
Absolutely.
And they was pimp players. Like
pimp players.
LP and shit. I mean,
LB and all
of them. LB, right. I catch all them, man. They bring back memories of our childhood. Like the night we came back from the Gargle, from HBK with that tape. Like we had told the whole Hood that we was going up to HBK that night.
Absolutely. When we got back to the building, everybody was hollering for us and stuff like that. At that particular time, that was really great years because the community was very supportive of everything and stuff that we were doing. You know, we was one of the first groups and stuff that actually had something even played. You know what I mean? Somebody that was local, you know what I mean? But actually just went into the studio and recorded. But it was big for us. People that was outside, they probably wouldn't look at it like that, but it was huge for us.
I mean, thank God for the Fat Boys, because if the Fat Boys hadn't came out with just beatboxing on a record, like people would have still considered us amateurs. But the fact that the Fat Boys had came out and did the Fat Boys or whatever, is it?
Stick'em.
Yeah, Stick'em. Yes, it was Stick'em. Thank you, Pat. I knew if I hummed the melody a little bit, you'd help me out. But Stick'em, it kind of like that's all we had because we recorded that song in my crib. Remember? With the mic hanging off the ceiling.
With the mic hanging down.
With
Matter
a
of fact, I
tape
think that was in
recorder.
Miss White.
I mean, it's my house,
right.
nigga.
Absolutely,
This White's house is my house.
Right, absolutely. But you stayed in the Wells.
No, we didn't do that at grandma's house.
Yeah, I think we did that at grandma's house. No. You did that child crib in the Wells?
Yeah, because the wing. No, that was the one with Mika. We did two in my crib. We did this one and the one with Mika with the wind chimes. And it was like, stop that shit. It ain't Christmas.
Right.
And that's the one. That's the tape we looking for. Like, right. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember all of that. Yeah, that was them was the years there.
And everything was a progression at that point. Like we went from having one beatboxer rapping the show to the point that we got three beatboxers. Then we went to the point where we got a beat machine. And once we got somebody with a beat machine and reverb machine, and, you know what I'm saying? It was like pieces like that kept adding on to making us think that we were getting better and better and better. You know what I mean? At none of this point did we say we need to find a way to make money off of this shit. It was win this talent show. They give us some money, we split it. Let's go rap these trains. Let's go downtown and rap at the water tower and like we had Bubba.
Oh yeah, he was really changing the game.
And Bubba looked like Buff. Like literally looked like Buff. And so we could tell people that Bubba was Buff, and they couldn't argue that it wasn't, because once he started beatboxing, it was really it was kind of hard to tell the difference. But he was a breadwinner for sure.
Yeah, he was. Tore off all the talent shows.
Yeah, Big Buff. Yeah, Big Buff with glasses. He do the glasses and he had to grab his glasses, not to throw off this shit. Like, yeah, I love Big Buff. Yeah. Shout out Big Buff.
Big Buff. I think he's staying in Milwaukee now. I've been talking to him all the time.
I catch him on Facebook every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for Facebook sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, but it keeps some of us together, seeing one another.
Absolutely.
But you've been busy since the Wells. Like, I think you got a summer job working for CHA and you ain't never stopped, motherfucker. Man, like summer jobs was important in the Wells and shit. Like, nigga,
trying to tell you,
we was shorties, and once you got that summer job, it was like your money to do whatever you wanted to, and it was like, like that's how I bought the first. Like, I bought mics and I bought microphones. Like the mic we rapped over, the Realistic from Radio Shack, nigga. I went to Radio Shack and got that shit. I worked my first job. I used to sell cards off the back of the comic books. You did. You sell them greeting cards off the back of the comic books, and you either get the money that you sell from the cards, or you get to pick an item. You remember that shit, bro?
Yeah, I remember that shit, bro.
I picked the motherfucking Casio SK1. You draw?
Yeah, I remember that.
I picked the Casio SK1 as my payment, and that started my freaking hip hop career, bro. On everything. I mean, like, it started a bunch of, like, my whole crew learned how to rap. I mean, how to make beats off that SK1 and that sampler, bro. And that came from me selling some damn greeting cards on the back. Captain O greeting cards. Y'all remember? On the back of the comic books.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yep. And they gave you the choice if you want to just get the gifts, and it was $8.33, and it was
you get the gift for the money, like right. And yeah, that's how I got that joint right there. I got my first keyboard. I mean, like, I got a real regular keyboard, but that was like, I got a real regular keyboard first, like 88 key keyboard, and it wasn't. It was just a keyboard, and I was like, this ain't the message. You dig? I need something I can make some beats and some samples with, and that's when I worked a little bit harder and got the SK1.
Check it out. Let's do like Bobby Womack, dig a little deeper. What did you say that it was on the back of?
A comic book.
How much vocab did you get from the comic books, especially Marvel back in the day? If it was a word you didn't understand and they put it in an asterisk in the box,
For sure.
let you know what that meant. Like, okay, as I'm flowing with the story, it was like, hold on. It's like, I write back. All right, I may not be able to pass a math class, but I got 13s in vocabulary.
Right, reading comprehension and vocabulary, I was winning, sir. I was winning. Thank you. Like I really thought I was pre-educated before I went to school. So when I got to comic books, it was a whole. I thought comic books was a whole nother level. Like I sometimes the made up words piss me off. Like the misspelling of words used to piss me off, and what is it, automatopoeia that was used, all the sound effects and shit that was used in comic books. Like if I can't sound it out, it don't make sense. Smash, you know what I'm saying? some of that shit just bugged me. So I kind of lost comic books early when I really learned how to read. That's like it was some made up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the space. Modulator and all that. Like, okay, that shit ain't real. Like, I'm straight.
Like the item ain't real, but the word was.
Yeah, but I was just like, this shit ain't real. Like, I'm in the hood, nigga. I can't go back in the hood and tell these niggas about no space atomizer and shit. I grew up in Ida B. Wells, man. I barely survived as a hip hopper.
That's called punishment read too. You on punishment and you sit back on the thing in the book, it's history books and comic books. Guess what? I'm sitting right there because my mother wasn't playing no game.
Oh no! Like I said, I consider myself to be educated. I used to spend time reading not comic books, dictionaries, encyclopedias, atlases. Those kind of materials, those reference materials was my shit when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. When I came out rapping, I was like, now I got a place to put all this shit. Like all this shit that I've been studying and reading and shit, I actually got somewhere to put this shit that I've been like hoarding. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what rapping kind of allowed me to do, was to free up all that shit, like especially freestyling, because that's what I thought I was. I thought I was a real freestyler more than I was a writer. Writing is a whole nother story. Like that's God intervened. And
y'all had songs though. Bullshit ain't had songs. You know what I mean? I was definitely a fan. Definitely a fan, bro.
That was Lord Ski and Tutu.
Oh yeah, Tutu's still around.
Remember Tutu?
Yeah.
Tutu was the black LL from the project from the low end. He had all the antics of L Cool J, but he was just black. He was just dark.
I think every hood had one.
Oh yeah.
But somebody that was imitating LL.
This guy here was just so phenomenal because I mean, we used to do battle rapping and stuff everywhere. You know what I mean? And back then it didn't really matter if it was three of y'all and it's one of them. Shit, all three of us finna be beating on your ass. So it ain't just because you by yourself, you just get one. No, we all on your ass. You know what I mean? But Tutu was one of those artists that he was standing on his own. So if you in that bullshit,
him and his brother Reggie. His brother Reggie was an average beatboxer, but Tutu was cold, and Reggie knew every lyric. And so they run DMC beatboxing and killing it. Tutu was dope, man. Then again, I started realizing that Tutu was his. See, I'm getting too much into this lyric shit. I started looking at Tutu lyrics like it was more style than lyrics. And that's when I realized the difference in me and him. Like I'm more substance, and he was more antics and more like
more styled and stuff.
Yeah. So that was the difference, and so I kind of let Prodigy and him be a crew, and I went off and did my own thing, and that's when
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Fleetwood. Go ahead. Keep it going, man. Keep going.
Yeah, but them definitely was the days. I can remember. It was some other little different. One thing that I did like about Rand Nation is that Rand Nation at that particular time, a lot of the projects used to get into it with each other. So hip hop was a vehicle where none of that shit didn't even matter. You know what I mean? Because we used to go to project to project, and for hip hop, I mean, all the doors wide open. It was never no bullshit. You know what I mean? And we was in the trenches at that particular time, so everything was going on at that particular time. So for music to be captivating and stuff like that, the breakdancing, because all of that was going on at the same time.
And we were still excuse me. We were still dealing with the gangbang shit in the neighborhood too. Like I keep wanting the people to remember that this shit y'all seeing now is not really new. It's just a new day. It's not a new tool. It's an old tool just retooled. if that make any sense to y'all. Like really, when we were in the 80s, in the mid 80s, our expectations of life was less than 17. I mean, we wasn't expected to make it to 17. If you made it to 17, you were special. And I keep reminding people that
you graduated from high school, you did something.
Yeah.
And you was off, and you half the shorties in the hood back that time, you was off your parents' books. At 18,
right.
If you didn't have a plan for what you was doing, you was off your parents' books. You was kicked out the nest. You know what I mean? That was yeah. Go ahead, bro.
So I remember again that there was a time and place when the hood, like the gangs, like people tend to always show the negative parts about the gang. But I remember the gangbangers in our hood that would see people with star potential, star quality, some kind of talent, some kind of skill, and would allow them a pass. And if you was rapping, if you was playing basketball, if you was a track star, if you was a musician, you got a pass. Like people would protect you, the hood would protect you, the village would protect you, and that's the part that I don't see right now. That's the part about when we talk about needing civics classes back. That's one of the things, or vocational classes back. That's one of the things I say we need back. We need that kind of spirit where we protect the talent. Some of us are meant to be fucking roots. You know what I mean? And you should just be a strong ass rook. You know what I'm saying? And protect the knights and the bishops and the kings and the queens, but not to that degree of like hierarchy. But you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to protect the stars. And you know what I'm saying? Right. I guess we should all be stars.
Like a motherfucker.
I guess we should all be stars. Okay, all right. So, all right, Bruce. I'm gonna play. Okay, you've been. Okay, we talked about how you got out. We talked about us, Rand Nation. I wanted to talk about you. I kind of joked about you working for CHA, trying to lead us into you working in construction. You know what I'm saying? Because I like.
Well, let me kind of tell you how it happened. Is that I was looking for some work. Somebody was telling me about that they was giving out jobs. at Northeastern University.
Now, you remember what happened at Northeastern when we was a shorty?
Yeah, we used to do all shows.
Yeah, we used to do all shows.
Remember we had that Rand Nation meeting in the backyard of Inner City Studies on the bench. We used to have Rand Nation meetings outside on the corner of the bench on 39th before Comrade World came outside and was like, "What y'all doing?" And we told him we was a hip hop crew and we was having meetings, and he let us in the building and start having meetings. Rest in peace to Comrade, right? Yeah, but like, there's a lot of people that got negative thoughts about him, but I can't say anything bad about that brother, because like he saw us and saw something in us, and grabbed us up when we was out there in the streets, and we was young as hell, and I appreciate him and thanked him for that. I seen him not too long ago before he died, and I was like, man, I know you probably don't remember me, bro, but when I was a shorty, you pulled me from outside. You know what I'm saying? You pulled me in the building, man. Me and my crew, and so
Black United Front.
At Inner City Studies. Recently, I just saw my brother Fred Hampton. Like all these, because of the new movie Judas and the Black Messiah. There's a lot of old Fred Hampton footage popping up, and so when he went to check Comrade World, that recently popped up, and I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Damn, Fred.
Oh yeah, he definitely had a bunch of battles and stuff with him. Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., that's my man.
Free them all, brother. Free them all. Yes, sir.
It's ironic that you just brought that up, because I'm gonna tell you something that happened funny with me about a month and a half ago. I had hit Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. about a police situation, and he was like, "Well, come and ride down on me. I'm downtown at a hotel." So I go and shoot down to the hotel with him, and so we was in that small talking and stuff about different protests that we did back in the day or whatever. But it was one protest in particular that we did that we was talking about. And he was like, "Do you know Ryan?" And I'm like, "Ryan." He was like, "Ryan Coogler or some shit." And I'm like, "I don't know. I heard of him." And he was like, "Man, tell them about the day that we went and protested Ed Henningham funeral." Right. So I got to talking to him about it on FaceTime. So all the time I'm not knowing that this guy is the one who wrote Panther and a major part of the movie and stuff that's coming out. But it was kind of crazy. I'm gonna kind of tell y'all the story and stuff on what went down that day. That we went and did the protest, and it was his funeral, of course. And they didn't know that anybody was gonna show up, and we showed up about 5-6 deep and stormed up in.
Okay, you can't just say a name and not give us the history of who this person is.
Oh, Ed Henningham. Ed Henningham is the state's attorney that was involved in the assassination of Fred Hampton Sr. December the 4th, 1969.
Thank you. Okay.
And
that's the dude that's in the documentary that everybody's
not in the movie.
No, in the documentary. Like it's a bunch of shit on. Like I said, it's a bunch of shit
different
about Fred Hampton.
Yeah, he's prominently featured eyes in the eyes of the pride.
Right. It's a bunch of shit like that he is.
Yeah. But yeah, that was tripped out, man, because we went in there and protested that, got up in and up out of there so quick. Oh man, it was just real funny, man. And when I was telling Ryan and stuff about it, and like I said, I ain't know who it was before then and everything, and then now I done seen the movie and all of that shit. And I mean, the movie to me was exceptional. I think it showed a lot of the events and stuff that actually happened. A couple of other things that I'm gonna end up asking Jerry Fred Jr. and stuff about. But
Okay, I got a question real quick, off the topic. But because you're talking about the movie, and Pat, I don't know if you've seen the movie yet, but how do you feel about this new money being spent on informant movies? Like, do you think it's important that the stories come out that the FBI was involved in the deaths of these people? Do you believe that the FBI is getting the same attention as the Judas in these stories?
I think that it need to be cut and dry. I think the people need to see exactly what's going on. Period. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, they doing the exact same thing now. You know what I mean? Maybe putting the story around them, around that situation, maybe overshadowed the story a little bit. But the ultimate thing on what happened and who caused it to happen is pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I'm not with making. I'm not with making, especially coming from that vantage point. And if it's not going to be something that's epic, you know what I mean? That's what I meant. I believe we talked about that before. I have no problem with telling and sharing of the story, but if somebody has important figure, I think it needs to be an epic movie on the levels of a Malcolm X or something like that. You know what I mean? As opposed to coming from the vantage point, like you're saying, of an informant. You know, anything that could make somebody a sympathetic figure in any kind of way. I think it just needs to be an epic flick. You know what I mean? Like a telling of his story, period, point blank, and not you know that's what I think it needs to be. If we're gonna do a history story, let's do a real history story so somebody can be celebrated fully.
Because you know there's a production for the movie for Marcus Garvey, and the movie about Marcus Garvey is also coming from the perspective of one of the snitches that was working for Edgar Hoover. For J. Edgar Hoover.
Same thing with Billie Holiday. Same
right. And so it's but like you know what I'm saying, like I don't know if the story is more important or if it's the fact that is it the Freedom of Information Act being used in our benefit now? Like, you know, after some cases have been out for over 50 years, you can do a Freedom of Information Act and all the truth has to be declassified. And so that's where you get these names from that say that so-and-so was the informant and this was the informant. And, you know what I'm saying?
But even if you do it, it's how you use it. You know what I mean? And some things, every story don't need to be told like that again. If you're not going to do something that's a definitive story of somebody's life up and down, I'm not going to have, you know, let's get somebody they do the way they, you know, the way they story need to be told. And like you said on the thing, cut and dry. You know, let's say what happened and this is how it is, and let a movie be made from that lens. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's happening. Like you saying, putting more emphasis on the FBI. You know, involved. Like, this is exactly what they did at this turn in this particular situation.
Well, I think that our story need to be told about us. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of movies put
who was us? Black people?
Absolutely.
So okay. I want to be argumentative just to be argumentative now.
Let's do it.
Black is more than black is more than a color.
Let me clarify something.
Because everybody ain't black. I need the Abbott. Abbott, give me a move. Abbott. Abbott, wake your ass up. Give me an Abbott. Abbottism. For everybody that's black ain't black. All right, now go ahead. Give him a time.
Everybody has spirit, but not everybody has a soul.
Everybody has spirit.
But not
everyone has soul. Okay, all right. You can kill the revolution, but you can't kill. No, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right.
Revolution is re-evolution.
So
to re-evolve.
You writing these down, Brian? They're gonna be Abbottisms. Then we just gonna scroll them across the screen. Abbottisms.
Oh, my fault for going to sleep.
Nah.
I was just getting. I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I just believe that. Is that a lot of times, especially with a lot of productions, they kinda interpret on what that story looked like. You know what I mean?
For sure. For years.
That's been going on.
I mean, Jesus is white and blue eyed on the picture.
Right, depending on who's making it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying for two reasons. It just need to come from the lens of us. But we also need to start controlling.
How many times has Jesus been black? Jesus superstar. And what else? What other movie has Jesus been black in? Nigga? Like, slow down.
I ain't never seen none.
It was Jesus superstar, and there was something else that was a black Jesus, and so that's just like in the mainstream they not letting it happen. Yeah, they not letting it happen. They give you an Armenian, but they won't give you an Asiatic.
Right.
Okay.
I can dig that.
All right. I didn't really. I'm sorry for that, but you took me down. We went down to Fred Hampton Street, and we talked about the movie. And I know that there's an effort to turn the old house into a museum. And it just made landmark status. Congratulations, Fred, for y'all struggle. But the struggle continues, and they finna do a fundraiser to turn the house into a museum and have programs in there. So look up the Fred Hampton House and efforts to save that and to support that, y'all. All right, now, okay, so you was doing construction, Ivy Wells, Fred Hampton.
And that's when I ended up seeing some artists in the neighborhood, and they kind of caught my attention. And it kind of made me want to get back into music. You know, so I ended up transitioning, doing construction, and started doing the music.
You started doing music again. In what aspect this time?
On the management side, and getting the label.
Okay. See, I know this, but you got to tell them, the audience, this shit like you don't, like they don't know, because they don't know. So, when you got in the hood, you found this little group, and that went viral, and we're gonna play their little viral video.
Right, the remedy.
The remedy. We finna play their video. Alright. So, check out this show.
Everybody know it's from Jackson. Get on the subway platform. Giving them that feel good music. I said I gave them that feel good music. Taking them back to the 90s. Get more music. I don't think it's only thing that matters is we all together. Hoping this music is ready. Cause all we do is work. If we don't work, we ain't gonna no work. Ain't no stop our when we trying to get up, and they kicked us out, and they laughed at us. We go harder than ever, so don't get knocked out. LL Cool J style. Mama said knock you out.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Panda. I got bras in Atlanta. One of them in the new level. I got bras in Atlanta. One of them in the new level. I got bras in Atlanta. One of them in the new level. I got bras in Atlanta. It goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM.
So there you go, y'all. That was the remedy. So tell us how you met these brothers. Did you find them before they went viral, or did you find them after they went viral?
Before. I met them. I actually met one of them on the bus coming from the lakefront. One day after it was like a big snowstorm. Anthony, I met him on the bus, and like a few months later, I took his number. I took him and some other guys because they was on the bus singing, and I ended up meeting a couple of other members at a show, and come to find out, they was a part of the group or whatever, and we end up getting together, and we was gelling since then. You know, I was on the job training and stuff as far as on management. I had like 2 or 3 artists. And when I seen them and they had some unquestioned talent, you know what I mean, I just started, you know, being around them, turning them on to things that I knew from my experience, from doing music and stuff like that, and was kind of more or less mentoring them until they came and asked me to manage them.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, oh come on, woo, let's get on, baby, let's get on. Let's get on. I love it. Let's get on. We're all sensitive people, so much to give. Understand me, sugar, since we came to be. Let's yeah, I love it. Yeah. I say there's nothing wrong with me loving you, baby. All now, no, and give yourself to me can never be wrong. If you love it. Let's get it on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Don't be around with me. I wanna get it on. Don't stop right there, baby. Oh, get it on. I wanna get it on. I wanna get it on. Oh, can I take it to it one more time now? Come on now. I say, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Don't be around with me. I wanna get it on. They call me Big Daddy for some reason. I wanna get it on. You. I wanna get it on. Hey, I wanna get it on. Listen here, y'all. Listen, I wanna get it on. Babe.
When I first got back in contact with you, that's what you was heavy into. Was like really into social media, like Instagram and shit, promoting them. And I was like, damn, Bruce, I'm back in this shit. Like, I'm old and flabby, Larry Holmes. Like, I really don't want to manage nobody because people got the term management kind of screwed up in Chicago. Like, I shouldn't be paying for your studio session if I'm your manager. I shouldn't be paying. It's a lot of shit they expect the manager to do, and then as soon as they sign a record deal, they cut you off. And the only way to take care of that is to be dirty and go back to the gangster life. And I tend to not want to do that, so that's why I don't manage niggas no more.
Well, actually, I think what it is that the artist development part is that we don't really understand the business of it. And anything that you do, it don't necessarily got to be music, and whatever it is that you do, you got to be able to maximize. You got to be able to patent your intellectual property in whatever it is that you're doing. You know what I mean? Because we living in a world that everything is content driven. You know what I mean? So why not have ownership of it?
For sure. That's a jewel for y'all. That's a Fleetwoodism. Uncle Bruceum night.
And that's really what's really missing is that the business part of it. You know what I mean? So you got to think about it. Chicago is one of the largest African American owned record companies on Michigan Avenue when it was Records World.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you have some of the most prestigious labels in gospel, jazz, and all of that. And a lot of them companies, they end up selling all of their catalogs and stuff like that, and they in LA and New York. We haven't really been able to reestablish ourselves in Chicago from that. And it really all comes down to really the business part of it, because we're not understanding the business portion of it.
Okay, what about say I got a couple more videos to show with you. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say? Okay, when you say the business part of it, like how are you teaching the next generation to circumvent around that?
Well, a lot of the times, if I'm not managing you, I just people free consult. You know what I mean? Tell them how for you to do your paperwork on things. You know what I mean? When you go into a studio, you have some split sheets right there. You divide the song up. Make an agreement with the producer. Right. You know, those type of things, because money and things change after y'all in there creating whatever it is that y'all create. You know what I mean? Things change.
So if you walk in the studio and they ain't got no split sheets, you should walk out? Is that what you're telling the young generation right now?
No, I'm telling you, you better go on YouTube, go online and go find one and do all of your paperwork to everything. It's because paperwork, when you got paperwork, you do less talk. on anything.
Y'all hear that? Them jewels. I'm
You know what I mean?
We passing out jewels today. So, I want to show Remedy at the Apollo. I want you to talk about y'all experience at the Apollo, but I want y'all to get a quick 1 minute shot of Remedy chilling at the Apollo. Y'all. And if you don't know what
that sunshine on a cloud. When it's cold outside, I've got the money to make. You say what can make me feel this way. Oh my girl, my girl. Ain't nobody else gonna do me like you gon' do me, yeah, yeah. My girl, talking back. Come on, boy, go to church. Where you at, Cody? My
All right. So we back, and that was Remedy, and I want to play. You say I know another artist that you got is Slick, and Slick did a song with my brother Doc Illa. And you could talk about Slick and your relationship with Slick and your relationship with Remedy and y'all next plans and all that wonderful greatness there right there.
That's what's up. That's all right.
So how did you run into Slick?
Slick actually been around for a while.
For sure.
And what ended up happening is one of the rappers and stuff that I said that I had met, he the one that produced and sung on some of his songs. So when I ended up getting acquainted and stuff with him, you know, I found out about Entourage and all the other things and stuff. You know, so you know, we just started hanging out a lot, and I was just really basically on some on his management team. You know what I mean? Also, you know, I do the videos and stuff like that. So we worked on a couple of. We actually worked on the production to "Addicted," one of the hit songs and stuff that he got, and we also did a video. A short movie video with a lot of local comedians called Thugged Out that we produced on a little film company that me and my partner Anton Mitchell did or whatever, but we never put it out. But it's dope.
How long is it?
It's 25 minutes.
I got a spot for that, bro. We got a little vehicle that we can put that on.
That's what's up.
All right, so right now, we finna go into this Doc Illa video with Slick called Questions, and then I want to thank you for coming out to Kingdom's Corner, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to come out.
And doors is always open, man. Come back and knock.
Man, I wanna definitely bring a few artists through here. Definitely the Remedy, but also Miranda Wright. She a new artist that we're about to ready to come out with a single with her in the second quarter of this year. A lot of people are already kind of familiar with her, but she got a whole bunch of different new great things that's coming out in 2021.
Okay,
so we'll be looking out for that.
For sure. And so Shyrock and Rand Nation, Kingdom Rock's Corner, say thank you for your time.
No doubt, I appreciate it.
I plan on bringing, like I just found James on Facebook.
Right.
So I want to get as many Rand Nation niggas in one room as possible.
Oh man, we need to do it.
So that's something to keep on the agenda. I mean, to keep out on the lookout for. All right.
I got you.
So here go my brother Doc Illa, He'll Stay for Life, and Slick. All right, the questions.
Peace.
Peace.
What is this? Tell me what is this? What is this? What is this? Tell me what is this? What is this? Tell me what is this? Tell me what is this? What is this? What is this? Tell me what is this? They use a calculator.
dark of the night. Beat down my people, still they fought for our rights. Found the strength, taught love, held hands, community. They killed Malcolm and Martin. It's time to start up this unity. Time passed, slip, money come, skip family. Got a big head thinking nobody can handle me. Conquer and divide, but forgot about your health. It's that new Eddie Clinton, he paid you, killing yourself.
Something in the water, or something in the air. What is it that we're learning? Why don't we seem to care? A random act of violence, a brutal act of force. Our babies killing babies, and they have no remorse. I can't discipline my children without going to jail. You're closing all my schools down. My child is bound to fail. Ain't got no health insurance. If I buy it, I can't eat. Another homeless veteran with blisters on his feet.
I've been gone for a while. Now I'm back, thought we had it made. 2015, modern day shot, Jack of Spades. Soldier at heart, radiable, always willing. I fought for this country, now my fight is for the children. Assemble to the right, I ignite, thought you knew this. Thought that I would stand down, you must be foolish. No other one to save, no need to pretend. You got a child, parent, no time to be their friend. You're right, in their sights, it's an all-out manhunt. Used to be a time when us blacks owned storefronts. Rising to the top, unity, it was in our sight. Music change, drugs rule, puff, smoke away your right. Teens like zombie, law calls you villain. Claim you smoking herb, now you hard and you killing. Used to have the answer, now you searching for suggestion. I'm guessing only God has the answer to these questions.
Something in the air. Oh yeah. What is it that we're learning? Why don't we seem to care? Do we? A random act of violence, a brutal act of force. Oh no. Our babies killing babies. Our babies dying. And they have no remorse. No, no. I can't discipline my children without going to jail. You're closing all my schools down. Closing. My child is bound to fail. Ain't got no health insurance. No, no, no. If I buy it, I can't eat. Another homeless veteran with blisters on his feet. Tell me, what is this? Ooh, tell me, what is this? Yeah, what is this? Tell me, what is this?
Breathing a sniper's breath, I exhale the yellow smoke of Buddha through righteous steps, deep like the shot. Sparkle like a diamond, sneaker Uzi on the island, and my army jacket lining hit the earth like a comet invasion. Nazis like the Afro-Centric Asian, half man, half amazing. Cause in my physical, I can't express through songs. You need stress like no trend, the next end strong. I put the wet with my boots, I give shotguns and hell from the split that I lived in hell. It ain't hard to tell.
DJ Sean Rock in the house.
Asses look leather, 15. The rock's better. 11 leather.
My style is the best. My style.
One of them funky ass beats. Syncopate.
Brothers, appreciate that. DJ Mos Def and Sean Rocker, right here on the corner, right here on Kingdom's Corner.
Yeah. Thank you for having us once again on Kingdom's Corner every last Saturday of the month. Tune in. We on Twitch, we on Facebook, we on Instagram. Check us out, Kingdom Rock's Corner with my brother, the host, the one and only Kingdom Rock, y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all see I had to change shirts and shit, y'all. I got to change shirts and got y'all rocking with me because I got Sean Rock in the house. And, you know what I'm saying? I got Sean Rock in the joint. I had to rock the Fresh Ill Station. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had to represent. Mr. Sean Rocker is a Chicago b-boy extraordinaire. Like, he does everything, all elements, dopely. And so I got him in here because he's here with IMG Music Group, and we finally got him to sit down on the couch with us and shit. And he got behind the turntables and did a little something. He was snapping during the break that y'all didn't see, you know what I mean? Like he was doing tricks and stuff. So I try to limit my cursing. Like I curse, but I try to limit the cursing. Yeah. So, Mr. B-boy, legend, pioneer.
I don't call myself that, but yeah.
That's for other people to do.
Yeah, sure. I don't call myself.
All right. How about veteran?
Yeah.
Call you vet. B-boy vet.
That's good.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So, Mr. Rocker, tell us about yourself, brother. Tell us about. I know that you a b-boy that do all the elements. So let's get into when you got into your first element. What was your first element of hip hop?
I would say like the knowledge, really. You know, the knowledge of the form. That was my first element. But as far as the element, I guess it was more of just the graph scene. It was more of that. But I feel like it was just like the tables obviously was there. Like I didn't want to say I was in the element of hip hop. I was just in its presence of being on the. My parents happened to have tables. You know what I mean?
Your parents had 1200s?
They had 1200. One. They had one record player, not 1200. They just had a record player. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But it was. I'm pretty sure it was like a belt drive joint. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Okay.
But I don't think it was no technique or nothing like that. But yeah,
For sure.
it was definitely a belt drive joint. And my older cousin, he was from Clarksdale, Mississippi. They used to come visit, and he started messing with my stepfather's turntable, and he was just like going like just basically trying to scratch
Right.
on the joint, and I started doing it, but then I thought it was funny. Like I thought we were fucking up records. 'Cause ain't no needles like or messing up records. Ain't no needles like the cartridges and needles ain't the same as what they were now, what they are. But yeah, like that was my like little experiences. And then obviously I just like dancing. I like seeing like from James Brown, and I was kind of raised like more on like a lot of funk though, like OJ's and just a lot of funk, a lot of Marvin Gaye, a lot of James Brown, but like also like the Parliament funk with a P-Funk era, like and my stepfather also listened to like AC/DC and blah 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 and all that. But like all the elements like just came to me normally. I seen older people do it, and then like you were talking earlier, bro, same thing. I seen movies, I seen it in visuals, B Street and blah blah blah. And obviously I was just active, period. I was already just doing like any dance I would see, I was just mimicking all that. But like, yeah, they all came around at a certain, like, full 360.
Okay. Do you care to tell how old you are?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm 42.
Okay. And you started hip hop when? At what age?
8 probably.
Okay. All right. Now, obviously you weren't able to just go out and be citywide hip hop. So a question.
Well, my mom used to take me everywhere.
Okay.
Like I had like a young mom, obviously, and she used to just take me everywhere. I remember when she took me to the Rainbow, and I remember her taking me like to all kinds of places, like just for me to experience, cause they like the same music, They like the Slick Ricks, the LLs, she liked anything. I was like, I'm telling you, I was raised like on all kinds of music anyway, My stepfather bought like everything. I remember like just going on field trips, and when the Slick Rick single came out, I was like, I knew like the whole joint at the time, like, cause that's the only tape we had. We had that tape and a Too Short tape on the field trip, and yeah, I just learned those. I thought I was like, it was the type of hip hop though, like the Too Short. I thought I was gonna get in trouble listening to it. Like I just remember, like, man, what the hell is this? Like in my mind as like a little young kid. Yeah, like you can only imagine. Life is too short. That was my joint. But like if I got caught, I probably got my ass beat. Like listening to that. And then, but like especially like the sexual songs.
Right.
Like that's like like pornography basically. Like listening to that. At that age,
yeah, I guess.
Think about it, a 6-7-year-old, and like your imagination. That's all you like. You on?
Yeah, but again, you said imagination, so it's like
but
what
it's
was
like
you
my guy. I had a good imagination. I was in the arts. You know what I'm saying? My imagination rose. But yeah.
Okay. All right. And so we was talking earlier, and we were talking about some of the influences that you had. So I want to figure out how we going to segue straight into one of my brothers in hip hop from like the old school legend Raven.
Yeah.
And like you was talking about how you did Southwest Youth
Collab?
I won't say you were part of
YSF?
Southwest Youth Collab, but you was part of University Hip Hop. Like I worked with him when he had the Southwest Youth Collaborative.
Yeah.
When he was working there, and I had a group of the University of University of Hip Hop at Rogers Park YouthNet for a minute on Sheridan.
Yeah.
Like we didn't last because that contract didn't last. But
I hear
you know
you.
what I'm saying. But I was gonna be like the dean
Oh, that's-
over there. You know
that's-
what I mean?
that's dope.
So tell us how you met Raven.
Man, just going to hip hop stuff, period. Like, I didn't know too much about. He wasn't like one of the first people I met, but
I
and
figured that.
like so obviously, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, that's hard, like, to say, cause like,
Did you have other did you have hip hop mentors or did you just jump in?
yeah, I kind of just jump in. I didn't really have mentors. Like, I would say like on an individual thing, maybe like in certain elements, maybe I had a few like people who helped me get across to my prime areas, you know. But I was always like that kid. For some reason, like everybody around me was like older than me, like 4 years or like up to 8 years older than me. But I would be that one, like showing them, like being like, I don't know, almost good in nature. You know what I mean? Like a genuine good person where it's like I'm giving them advice in a sense for some reason. So, but like if I were to speak on like mentors, I think like there's a multitude of individuals because of like me being multicultural, like which I say like my ethnicity. People don't know, like I'm black, German, Puerto Rican, and Mexican. So it's like, and my grandparents are from Spain.
You did the 23andMe and
Yeah, like so. But no, I realized that at a young age, like, well, I had to fend for myself, cause like for all my, I don't know, I don't want to even get into all this, but like, I thought I was the only child since I was, 40 years old. And you know my age, I told you earlier, and I told probably them too. But it's like me, I was basically the only child for a long time. People would come visit, yeah, but I like took care of myself at a young age. You know what I mean? Since I was like at that time, like 8. Yeah, my mom took me to different ventures, like just out and about. Like I've been on, and my stepfather too. But like most of the time, I was like going back and forth to like school by myself. I would feed myself, I like raise myself basically, like in a sense. I don't know how to tell. Yeah, I was just pretty much. Yeah, I didn't really see my parents. Just put it this way, I didn't see my parents like for a long time, like cause just a work. So I was just like basically they would work, but I would be asleep when they come home.
For sure.
So yeah, and then I would take myself to school but they would be gone. So it's, yeah, that, I guess. I don't know. And I just turned 42, by the way, like, Sunday?
Oh, shucks.
So,
Happy birthday.
last
sir.
Sunday, yeah. So, yeah.
We should have had a cake or something, man.
No, we had a cake. Yeah, we had a cake.
420 infused. And
It wasn't that good, but it was good, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. I want to give you a chance to give some respect to the people that
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
before
yeah,
I continue to
yeah,
jump
the
into
mentor. So I would say, man, it's hard. It's so hard because it was just like, it's like my mentors are like older than me and then they're younger than me as well. Cause I say everybody, you know what I mean? Like full circle, like everybody, because like teaching people or like just giving them some kind of advice. I learn from them, right? Like, cause they make the mistake. If I didn't make that mistake, I can give them my opinion. They can do the same back and forth. So I think it's just universal. But I guess if I would shout out names, I would just say brickheads, just period, you know? And that is a lot of people. That's why when you asked me earlier about like, how can I say this? Like about La Vie or like brickheads or certain people, are they brickheads? You know what I mean? You were asking me a straight up question. And it's like, I have to say they're brickheads, you know what I mean? When I really come to think about it, even if they're like a extended family, because they had a lots of part to do with the growing of Brickheads. That's why I always have my generations in order when it comes to, because it means so much to me, you know. Like there's people in Brickheads that like change their name to Brickheads at the end because it means, or there's people who won like the lottery from like overseas just to come to this country to be Brickheads, you know. So it's like so many different like elements to that in general. So it's like I don't want to say like a certain person.
Now, you mentioned Brickheads, like everybody in the world know what Brickheads is.
Correct,
so,
yeah.
So
Yeah,
help
yeah.
us out with that.
So Brickheads is predominantly known as like a breakdancing crew, is the political term. The b-boy crew, it's a b-boy crew spawned between different crews and throughout the city of Chicago.
For how long in existence?
In existence, I want to say since like 81, 82.
So they like golden era breaking crew, huh?
Yeah. The name was there for like since around like 85. It was thrown in the air, like that name really. But the history, which is I believe like for me, my opinion on the history is like whoever's like the oldest in the crew, like your history, like your roots. It's like roots, like in a sense, like my roots are your roots, you know? That's why I think Brickheads, like, I feel a certain way about Brickheads. They always say I'm the balance of Brickheads when it comes to me. They say certain people are the heart of Brickheads, you know what I'm saying? They say certain people are the minds of Brickheads, you know? I don't know. It's just like a culture within a culture, I would just want to say.
Because, like, again, when you mentioned, when we were off screen before we started filming,
yeah,
we was talking about Brickheads, and you kind of mentioned you being part of Brickheads in all elements, and
Right.
A outsider like me would only know them as breakers. Like all my life, I just known Brickheads as breakers. Like,
so like hip hop to me is like,
but no, I understand.
It's a divide. No, I'm just saying to me personally, like all the other, like it's a divide. It's like I feel like when you put a category on one thing, it becomes this one thing. Like I don't know, like I didn't want to perceive like in hip hop's everything, right? It's everything. So to me, being in a crew, that's why I say it's in my opinion. Like you gotta say, I don't consider myself. You ask me, I'm Brickheads. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna tell you I just break first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you that. Like, I'm not. Yeah, we won battles, but we also won other types of battles. Like it could be like in anything. You know, I don't know. I just don't put one element on. I don't like to put one element on Brickheads, cause it's a family-oriented thing. Like you don't even have to break to be in Brickheads. But people think that. They have their perspective. That's why I say it's a culture within a culture.
Yeah, with my crew, everybody had to rhyme.
Yeah.
Even the DJs, the breakers. Like you said, you had to have more than one element. And whether that was you doing the knowledge or whether you was doing promotion, marketing, whatever, you still had to rhyme. If we got into a battle and we needed an extra verse, you had to have a verse for us so we didn't lose this battle. Like that was the kind of goal for that.
I feel you.
But no matter whatever skill you had other than that, like all the DJs rhymed, all the graffiti writers, like Riot is our graffiti writer.
Yeah.
But on the Chambers album, he got a song called "A Lit," and it's probably one of the best songs on the album. And it's just Riot being Riot.
Yeah,
like you
I
know
feel
what I
that.
mean. So that's like he's the main reason that gave Ill State like our credibility of being able to say we do all elements, because he does graffiti,
Right.
he rhymed, he DJ'd,
Right.
then he went into producing. Like that was a whole nother. The producing thing was the last thing that he mastered. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't even know why I think about like this stuff right now, but like I look at getting in any crew or getting in any organization or whatever, like I always thought of it as like literature. Like when you like some gang, like you spit your lit or whatever, I always thought like getting in crews was like that. So my perspective of like getting in any crew, I always like, oh, you want to be down with this crew? I'll be like, oh, what's the what's this about? Like, I'll ask questions, because like in my crew, I made like rules and literature about how I wanted to be in a crew. So any crew that came to me and they didn't talk about anything other than something like that, I didn't want to be down with. So yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about that, but yeah. So that's why when I got into Brickheads, I had all this literature, and part of it was being like a graffiti writer, a DJ, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna like take that away, be breaking, and
just reduce you to just breaking.
yeah.
No.
I didn't really like that, you know?
Like, that was a whole thing. Like, me with this ill station. Like, people would be like, I know you. You ill state. I was like, no, you don't know me then, because my name is Kingdom.
Right.
There was a kingdom before there was an ill state, and if you claim to know me, you know me before there was an ill state.
Yeah, interesting.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's one. Like I said, people on Facebook, they call me Rico.
Yeah, you told
It's
me.
like, motherfucker, you don't know me as Rico.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
only know me as Kingdom, and for you to call me Rico, that's almost like that. The J. Cole line was like, you know me by my real name, but you call me by my rap name or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I
Like,
feel
it's
you.
almost the same shit. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know you because I know you. People I went to grammar school with, kindergarten, I still remember. I still have relationships with some of my friends from kindergarten.
Yeah.
If they started calling me Kingdom, it seems a little funny to me.
Yeah, I feel
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's a little fake to me.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to recognize your voice in a crowded stadium and be like, if I'm rapping and shit on stage and you call me by my name, I should be able to connect your name mentally to the time in my life. Like, people that mess up my real government name,
Yeah.
I can
totally
tell,
understand.
I can tell where I know them from. Like,
Yeah.
you're a grammar school person.
Yeah.
You went to Oscar Mayer with me. I can tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, I went to Oscar Mayer.
Yeah.
And some people that call me Rico, like, I can tell if you know me from Facebook Rico or if you know me from Rico
Right.
family, Rico, or grammar school. I mean high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that shit really, I can hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm a rapper, spent all my time around speakers and rappers and
Yeah.
production studios and all that shit, but I can tell the difference. So, yeah, it all means something, bro. Like, it all means something. The lessons that you got from different people and how that transcends to all the elements that you practice and mastered, and you being the let's call it the link. You said
Yeah.
the medium, but
Mhm.
being that you're 42, there's brickheads that's older than you, and there's brickheads younger
Yeah.
than you, and you're raising up a generation of breakers and producers and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
DJs. So
Different things.
Yeah. I would like to give you your flowers, even though you're younger than me.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm saying?
appreciate
For doing what you do for the culture, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it.
For sure. Because I've been hearing, I mean, like, I really want to have, like, a hip-hop foundation for Chicago, like, bigger than, like, that's one of my
Yeah.
main goals, like, why I'm still in Chicago hip-hop. But I'm an MC. I don't teach all the elements.
Yeah,
And
I
I
feel
really
you.
don't think I can teach MCs. I can teach you the reference material that I might have went to.
You can guide them.
I can give you some
Yeah.
knowledge about some poetry, iamata, cantata. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I can do all that little shit and some onomatopoeia. I can do all that
Yeah.
little poetry shit that you learn in school. I can give you all that, but that doesn't make me make you an MC.
Yeah,
You
I
know
get
what
it.
I'm saying? So-
Totally get it.
But you being one of the people that learned how to write a curriculum for one of that shit, like, that's something special too that I want to give you, because you setting a standard for everybody else, bro. So
Thank you.
now let's talk about some of these places that you teach these crafts at to these shorties.
Yeah, right now I'm currently teaching. It's online, but yeah, I'm teaching for Wells High School. But our program is open up to everybody in the city. So we got students from as far as wherever you name, south to the east of Chicago in the program. So I teach for After School Matters. a program I've been teaching for like, let's see, about 17, I want to say 18 probably years.
Damn.
But
How
yeah,
long for After School Matters?
about 14 for After School Matters.
Okay. What do you for people that don't know what After School Matters is? I mean, is the name sounds like
From Maggie Daly, before she passed, she put into effect the After School Matters thing. That was by her. That was all. She don't probably get enough credit for it, but yeah, I think she should. But yeah, for After School Matters is just After School Matters in the city of Chicago. I don't know. It should be known, pretty wide known, because like some of the highest basketball athletes, like Michael Jordan, probably who is like the greatest basketball player ever, has donated money, like a couple mil, I want to say, to After School Matters. If you don't hear about that on the news and all these other platforms, then I don't know what to really say, because we teach it at every school, like in the city, probably like up to 2,000, I want to say, programs at After School Matters.
Right. I believe that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's just I want to kind of put it's an umbrella for after school programs.
Yeah.
Under one banner.
Mm-hmm.
Basically is what After School Matters is. And is state or federal?
It's well, there is right now it's state. So
State. Okay.
yeah, they've been trying to go to other cities and stuff like that, but yeah,
I think I used to work for y'all president. I just don't remember her name right now. Like
Yeah.
the After School Matter president. Like
yeah, I don't know. It changes.
yeah. And so.
But
Yeah. Because like I said, I was at Rogers Park Youth Network, and that was before she went to After School Matters. That she became the person that ran it for a period of time. I'll figure the name out later, but it don't matter.
yeah. So yeah, I teach at Wells, Ida B. Wells, on Ashland. When I guess school is back,
Wait, Ida B. Wells.
Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Ida B. Wells, I believe.
Really?
That's the real name. Yeah, Wells High School. It's called IDB Wells.
On Augusta and Ashland.
Isn't that what it's called? Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
I didn't know it was Ida B. Wells. I thought it was somebody else.
Or was it
Wells.
William something? I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe.
We're gonna have to do the Google search on that one.
Or is IDB Wells some the old projects?
I grew up in Ida B. Wells.
Yeah, I might be wrong. Cause I remember hearing all the kids from the projects were going there, like being bused there, or was that correct? I don't know. Oh, it's William. There you go. I got my Ida B. Wells mixed up from the projects. But I do remember them saying like, but yeah, I just thought about it, Williams.
Yeah, it's William H. Wells. Because that's what I said. I used to work there. I was like, no, I don't remember
William.
being Ida B. Wells.
I could have sworn.
I would have remembered if I worked at
Yeah.
Ida B. Wells High School.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
After living in Ida B. Wells all my life.
And then you go in there.
And going there to work, yeah, that.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I would have.
You didn't even have to Google it then.
I didn't remember it was. I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
Ida B, but I wanted to make sure what it was.
Yeah, I got my wells crossed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I currently teach. I've been teaching there for 5 years, I think. Going on 5 years. Music production too.
And
it's construction and lamination where we make skateboards from scratch.
Are they available for purchase? These skateboards?
They're also at Gallery 37, like
Oh, that's another one of them daily programs.
Yeah.
Boy, you dropping the science and
yeah,
don't
they-
even know it.
Gallery 37, like they sell them right there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Y'all can look them up online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you don't know about Gallery 37.
And I've been seeing you on Facebook. Let's talk about
Facebook.
Twitch.
Twitch.
No. Why am I losing? I'm drawing a blank. Yo. The show.
Yeah, it's the show that's on Twitch that we've been promoting with Intel Music Group. We have a show that we do Fridays, 5 to 7. It's just basically like I want to call it no program director. But I don't know, I got a couple of ideas, but I basically want to call it something, but I want it to be like more like, not like sitting down like interviews, like just like earlier, like we were talking at first.
Yeah.
Like more like just say whatever's on your mind.
I would rather that be that too, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But you have to be able to.
Yeah, you gotta have moderator and blah blah blah. Yeah, but I like just, I don't know.
Freestyle. Just whatever happens. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Cause it's fun to like learn like what other people say. Like I watch a lot of podcasts, like Drink Champs, for instance. Like Nori says certain words, like relax, or somebody else like the I Am Legend stuff, like the athlete stuff. Like certain people have certain mannerisms about them that you catch and you think it's funny. And that's what gets you to watch the person or see what they got to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that yet.
I think you got that it factor about like you got definitely a certain presence to you, like all the time, like good, like yeah. I think you got a great energy. It's all about energy for me.
Yeah, because I got you to stay when you was trying to break out. I appreciate that too.
I did.
So I'm not gonna hold you long because I appreciate the time that you spent with us, bro.
No problem.
Like I really want to give you more time, but you
No, like I was something happened and I just didn't end up saying it. Maybe I had to be here. I was supposed to be here, you know.
For sure. And like I said, you're of the link. You're my link now to the Brickheads, bro. Like you have been. At one point, Anacron was my link to the Brickheads because
that's funny.
He used to be in a crew called the Peanut Gallery.
Yeah, I'm in the Peanut Gallery too.
With Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I mentored Hall of Fame, like Dinky and Rendezvous, them my
That's
guys.
what's up.
And Timbuktu, like I kind of mentored them cats, bro. Like growing up, like while they was at Columbia and all that shit. You know
Probably a lot of people don't know I'm part of the Peanut Gallery, but that's okay.
It was a bunch of y'all. Like I was like okay. I don't know. Like I grew up with Ill State, so Ill State came from a crew called Rand Nation that turned into Empire Destruction. Empire Destruction turned to No Pity Committee and Ill State. Like that was the split. Like some went to No Pity and some went to Ill State, and then the rest of them stayed Shot Rock. And so that's just how it happened. And so when I feel like I seen a bunch of crews come up after that, like, oh, we can't be Ill State, we're going to be our own crew. And it just became like everybody had crews, like Hash Crew, and it was all little crews that wanted to be all elements. And I was like, it became a bunch of them. And so I called them Baby Ill States. And that's why I said all that to say that's what I used to call Peanut Gallery, like a Baby Ill State.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it's like we were considered hardcore hip-hop because we were all mostly project kids, basically. You know what I'm saying? Or Pocket Town or West Side, or, you know what I mean? Like, none of us came from Beverly. None of us came from Evanston. Like, EC was on the outskirts, but he wasn't in Evanston. Like, he was really close, but he wasn't in Evanston. You know what I mean? So all that makes you the crew and the family. So that's what I got from that. Like, that's the same thing, bro. I kind of lost my train of thought. Like,
it's all good. I be losing mine too, because when I think about it, go backwards on it, like I go back a little bit. I remember, like when I'm on the West Side, like I was born on the West Side, but like there's certain like I guess lingos or like I don't know, like man, I forgot what they used to call this family. So it was the Hortons who raised me. like in a sense. But it was this other family. All the kids were like albino, like they had red hair. They were black, but they had like reddish hair. And it was like how do I say it? Like a certain like those are the peewees, or these are the middle, the medium, you know, like,
Right.
and these are the older generation of
Right.
gang, like this Black Mafia and blah blah. Blah. Just certain thing. I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but yeah.
No, I understand. Like I said, that's where we get all that from. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We're in the city of gangbanging and
Yeah.
all that. And so each crew took out an element away from I feel like they took an element away from us. Like
Right.
I don't want us to get the same reputation as Ill State, so we not gonna do this. Or we gonna do this instead of doing that. We're gonna be a
I kinda
graffiti crew,
understand.
or
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
be
I
this kind of
understand
crew.
that.
And so, so I feel like all these little peewee, I don't, baby Ill States. I don't want to say peewee. I never want to say baby peewee.
Yeah.
But baby, I call them baby Ill States, and it was about 30, 40 baby Ill States in
Yeah.
the city, and I loved each and every one of them. And they always thought it was some kind of competition, and I was like, I don't see y'all as competition. I'm Chirac. We all family. Like, there's a separation, but we all family. Like, I don't.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the one element about Chicago hip hop I want to keep promoting. That, like, there's gonna be branches to this tree that we plant, and there's gonna be leaves and seeds and everything that we planted all together. Like from that one seed in hip hop.
Yeah.
It's a big ass tree
Yeah.
that we're all connected to. And
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to be the reminder that there's that oak tree of Chicago hip hop that we're all connected to.
Yeah, we all connect. Like, definitely, that's what I was going back about the roots. Like, if I understand your roots and you brickheads, even though I don't know you then, I still feel like, yeah, maybe you were something else at the time. You were Cosmic D or whatever. You know what I mean? At the time, but still, that's still my roots, and I respect that because your life led you to me. So that's part of my roots, and that's part of the ultimate goal to me. Yeah, this is brickheads, but then yeah, you were still doing your thing, blah blah blah. But that's still our history, and that's why I say what I say, like 82 and all that stuff. You
It's
know,
our history.
not out of disrespect or anybody, like, you know, like, but I just say that, yeah, it's our history. Exactly,
Yeah.
it's us.
Because like I said, I'm not important without you.
Right.
Like
Vice versa. Yeah,
you-
same
and
shit.
That's,
Yeah,
that's the same shit I try
people
to tell
get that,
everybody in
the
hip-hop.
energy.
That's what I try to tell everybody
Yeah.
in Chicago hip hop. I ain't shit without you, bro. I need you to be as excited about me being hip hop as I'm excited about you. Like, real talk.
Yeah.
We have to honor and cherish each and every one of us.
A lot of being a b-boy or whatever, like, you have to. I felt like, I don't know how it is, like, cause I could say, yeah, I occasionally wrote some raps, some rhymes and stuff. I don't call myself a rapper. It's like we were talking about earlier. You could teach somebody to be the guidance, blah blah blah, like the guidance of it. But so I go to Damn, I lost my train of thought. Hold on.
Okay. You were basically saying about the
So, like, breaking, yeah, the breaking element. So it's like when you grow up for a certain environment or whatever, you have that mentality of like to kill, whatever, you know what I want to say. And that's a battle perspective, right? And breaking, the battle perspective that I've learned, like, I didn't learn to go to a party and be happy and then dance around, you know? Like, I learned as a martial arts form in a sense. But like, all right, you do something and I'm gonna do something better. So I always have that perspective of like a battling mentality. I didn't grow up like, oh, I'm just gonna go to a hip hop party and like start dancing. When I went to any hip hop parties or whatever, I just came to battle. I felt like everybody was like they had something against me. You know what I mean? Like, and that kind of, when you have kind of a tunnel vision of something, like, you don't have the perspective, like the first one. That's why I say the first thing I learned in hip hop is like I feel like the knowledge. I'm going back again, but I'm
It's
adding
all
to
good.
this.
It's all good.
It's like the knowledge, like in the breaking perspective, like it was always that knowledge of tunnel vision, battle, battle, battle. I didn't want to have like harmony with you. I didn't want to I didn't have no opportunity to talk or like gain knowledge about what you've been through, or like I didn't even want to shake your hand before the battle or after battle. You know what I mean?
For sure. I got
So,
you.
yeah.
Judges Showcase. Sean Rocco Brickhead.
Like a wanted roach, I slay my prey and they became your always and always. Cause I don't play, I take it like a psychopath, breaking rappers in half, so feel rap, okay.
It's combative for you.
Yeah, but you know, as I got older,
And
the
again,
odds changed.
I'm 10 years older than you, damn near.
Almost, yeah. I feel you.
So when hip hop was in its prime, in the golden era or whatever the hell they want to call it, in its infinite
in the
infinite
80s,
stage.
80 what?
In the 80s,
Yeah.
like early 80s. Like
Yeah.
once, I guess I was 14 when I started buying my own shoes. 13, 14 when I started buying my own
Damn.
shoes.
Yeah. I feel you.
And so that's when I was able to buy a pair of Pumas.
Yeah.
So for me to see another person with a pair of Pumas on in a city where everybody is wearing
Same joints.
they wearing
yeah.
40 Lottos and
Yeah.
Diodoras and
Yeah.
but you see somebody that with some
I got
Adidas
some.
with some fat laces on.
Yeah.
You automatically know they hip hop.
Yeah.
You want to embrace that then.
Yeah.
Like that was the difference in our time. Like you wanted to know that person that thought like you, that was rare like you.
Yeah.
Because it was rare 10 years prior to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really rare.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Like, I guess my experience was a lot different. I guess, obviously, because that 8 years. But like I said, like there was people 4 years and 8 years older than me, and it was like the same thing. I just had more like, I guess me being a kid, I was more protect. I don't want to say protect, but I want to say they were protective of me being around certain things, so they kept me ways. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, like dang, I don't know how to explain this.
Say it.
I just don't know. I'm yeah, you know, I was almost away from the gang activity. You know what I mean? I was away from the gang activity. They were doing their activity. So, but when I seen it, what I saw made me have that perspective of like, when I see them now, it's like on more so than like it's a harmony or it's a rare thing. It's like more so like I gotta protect my area, be better than you, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like that battle perspective, like breaking.
I mean, yeah.
Back and forth.
Like I said, I'm an MC, so it's a different craft.
Yeah.
But we used to go looking for battles. The thing about us when we went looking for battles, you had to be super whack and then be bogus as hell about being whack for us not to become friends after the battle. Like if you dope and and you win the battle or I win the battle, we can be friends. But if you whack as hell and then have a bogus ass disposition about being whack as hell, like you can't accept that you whack as hell, and you ain't no room for improvement, and your next resort is fighting. That's a whole different thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was what we experienced.
Yeah.
So most of the people we became cool with, bro. That's how you form That's how there were citywide hip hop meetings. That's how citywide.
feel you.
You know what I mean? That's how all the citywide shit happened. Is because we were more receptive to one another. Multicultural as hell, bro. It was
Yeah.
all multicultural.
Yeah, that's what I love about hip hop. Like, you know, we have people from like Thailand, Poland, like Africa, people live in Dubai, like that are in our crew, you know, like so yeah, and that's what I like about it too. It
Your
like
crew has you've been in multiple diverse crews.
Yeah.
Like the Peanut Gallery was diverse as hell.
Yeah.
I guess you probably was, what was it, Wind Chill Factor at one point?
No.
You didn't go to the Wind Chill Factor?
No.
So you weren't down with the Pacifics?
No, I did stuff with them. Yeah, I did stuff because of mutual like people that are in our crew or like related to them or whatever, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to get to. Like some of the,
but yeah.
Like I said, like you said, it's diverse.
Yeah.
That's what Chicago is.
Yeah.
Like I went to
Diversity.
Oscar Mayer, bro. I
Yeah,
went
yeah,
from
I
the
feel you.
Ida B. Well projects to
Yeah, that's
Oscar
crazy.
Mayer for 7 years.
Yeah.
For 7 years, I went from 2nd grade through 8th.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned my multiculturalism from. That's where I
So-
got over hating white folks and everything at.
You ever heard of the Campbells or no? Like a family? The Campbell's family? Like I ain't talking about no soup or nothing. But
No, I got, my mentor is a Campbell, but I don't know if it's the same. I don't think it's.
yeah,
because
because it's like on my stepfather's side, and they lived in IB Wells.
Okay.
For sure. But I'm just saying, if you remember back that far, like when you were.
No, I don't
living
remember
there.
nobody's last names
Yeah,
except
yeah,
for
yeah,
my
yeah.
crew members. I remember
Yeah.
all their last names. I know their mamas and
Yeah,
all
I'm
that
sure,
shit.
I'm sure.
But yeah.
I can't really speak too much on it because, like, yeah, like I didn't grow up there, but like my cousins and them did. So on my stepfather's side.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I'm just seeing if you know some people I know probably.
Again, I keep telling you, I'm bad
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
remembering
yeah,
people
I remember.
names and all that shit, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I remember faces and situations.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like
Me, I remember.
last time I
music.
seen you, you tried to shoot me. Like I remember shit like that. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
situation. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I took your girlfriend. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
remember
feel you.
situations. Like other than that, like if we don't actively get down with each other, it's hard for me to say I actually know you. But it'd be people screaming, "I know Kingdom," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know of me." I don't mean that arrogantly or disrespectfully, but
Yeah. I
don't
feel you, man.
don't expect me just to let my guards down around you, nigga, because COINTELPRO is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a student of the revolution, bro, and I believe in keeping you, you know, like I love everybody. I even trust damn near everybody until you give me a reason not to. But
Yeah.
once that shit is over, it's over. You know.
Yeah.
And on that note, we finna go on to the next part of the show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a commercial. You got any videos you want us to play, brother? Like any of
Oh, no,
your
I'm good.
shows or any segments of you performing somewhere?
Man, I just say look up Brickheads and put crew because of the Legos thing.
yeah,
But
that
yeah,
comes
put
up.
Brickheads crew.
Yeah, that did come up.
'Cause, yeah.
Even with the Z, like
Yeah, Brickheads with a Z.
will bring you the
yeah.
Lego world.
Yeah, 'cause yeah. I don't want to get into that, but
For sure.
Lost
Where
it.
can they find you on your Instagrams and your social medias and your Twitches and where they find you?
Sean Rocka at everything. That's SHONROKA. SHONROKA. SeanRocka.com. Sean Rocka, Instagram, whatever you wanna. I don't really go to Facebook too much. My girl tells me about it, and that's when I go, if I have to. And then, but I be more on Instagram because it's easier for me. And then, the one thing I do want to promote is the Beat the Odds, the blog. That's like a Brickheads thing too. Beat the Odds. It's a blog that I run.
Spelt the way it sound?
With a Z. It's Beat the Odds with a Z. Just the way it sounds. Yeah. That's it.
That's the Now, what is that again? The blog?
Yeah, it's a blog, but it links to everything. If you want to learn about the Brickheads, a little bit about the Brickheads. If you want to see, like, you know, just daily posts or music from me, music from Most Definite or whoever. Yeah.
Okay.
I got stuff on there. Yeah. Gets views.
And they'll get some more after this. All right. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for being on the corner. This is me and Sean Rocker signing off.